I would like to do so. A few weeks ago, while Congress was in recess, I visited Morgan County, Georgia, where Meta is building a massive data center campus. They are clear-cutting forests and began heavy construction, including explosive blasting. And families in the area are starting to see not only their water pressure decrease, to your point about water availability, but their appliances have all stopped working because it is decimating their water quality.
Can you imagine? You live in Georgia, of all places. God damn it, Georgia! It's always on my mind. Georgia's always on my mind. I love Georgia. I spent a lot of time in Georgia. I love Georgia, and these fucking maggers are letting billionaires shit all over Georgia. This is what happens. This is what happens, man. Corporatism. Now, don't forget what Mussolini said fascism should be called. He said fascism should be called corporatism.
They now rely on bottled water to drink and prepare meals, and nearby residents' water bills are expected to increase by 33%. In fact, I have a jar right here.
Oh, no.
This is the current drinking water.
Is that Mama's peach tea or something? Oh, no. That's gross. That's your water supply? Jen Batch. Can I get some W's in the chat for Jen Batch? What the hell is that? What is that? Gross, dude. That's what they're drinking in Georgia? Oh, man. That's worse than what they got in Florida. No. Oh, dude. This reminds me, like, if you go to some of these ghost towns, like in the middle of California, like way out there, they got these old ghost towns, and there's people still living there. I don't know. People live there, and you can go there and, like, look at their old shit. They got, like, a bunch of old, like, cowboy shit, you know? And normally in these ghost towns, the reason why they're ghost is because you can't drink the water. And so there's people living out there taking showers with, like, bottled water. They have to, like, collect rainwater, and they have bottled water because all the groundwater has been poisoned because whatever they were mining there, they used chemicals to extract whatever they were mining, and a lot of chemicals just from the mining process ended into the water. So, like, really nasty shit. You can't drink the water. This is what this is. Oh, that's so gross. That's so gross.
In Morgan County, Georgia, right after a data center was constructed.
Dude, it's coming out of their shower heads, you dumb garbage human. You dumb garbage human. You say AOC is emotional? I mean, yeah. You don't think Donald Trump's emotional? Have you been paying attention? I don't like you. No more. No more Stephen Colbert. He's a piece of shit loser. I hate him. He's so mean to me. They're very mean to Trump. Oh, the media is so mean to me. I mean, give me a fucking break. You want to talk about emotional? We have Regina George as president right now. She's got her burn book. Oh, Jimmy Kimmel is so mean. Sad. Like, Rosie O'Donnell, I hate him so much. I hate him. Taylor Swift, I'm going to make an AI. She supports me to pretend because I can't stand her not liking me. Oh, no, she called JD Vance. He was mad at JD. JD is not nice. He's not nice. He's got a great schlong, but he's not nice. Jesus. What kind of a loser? What kind of a loser thinks that... Yeah, AOC's the emotional one. Donald Trump is the most emotional train wreck I've seen in fiction or reality. He is Regina George in Mean Girls. Fetch is never going to happen.
The Meta data center was constructed. The only difference between the clean water and this was that data center. I have another one as well. So this wasn't just one well. These wasn't just one family's situation. This is what the drinking water now looks like next to that data center. And
Gross.
I think both of us can agree that neither one of these things.
I don't want to take a shower in that, man. I guess a lot of people are always trying to... You will cope so hard for Donald Trump that you will see this shit. You will see this, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, this is totally normal. Yeah, I love Donald Trump. I love Zuckerberg. I love these guys. They're so great. That's how copey you are. That is what a sucker you are. You'll see that and be like, yep, that's okay with me. That's all right with me. Elon Musk. I know everyone. Guys, all right. Elon Musk, the richest man who ever lived, has spent a lot of money trying to look like me. I'm flattered. He saw my picture. He wants to be like me. He got himself a penis implant. He got himself teeth implants, jaw implants, hair plugs. He's had his face stretched. The dude is just obsessed with me. And it's flattering, but it's a lot. You know, it's a lot. Elon Musk is always trying to look more like me. TDS is real. It is. You guys are deranged to follow him. If you are on May 22nd, 2026, you are a Chomo accomplice. You're an accomplice to all that happened in the Epstein files. You are an accomplice now. If you support Donald Trump on May 22nd, I'm not talking about all you fools who got tricked into voting for him. If you support him today, May 22nd, you are a pedophile. Sorry, man. You're an accomplice. You are aiding and abetting. Their crimes are on your hands. Sorry.
Are drinkable. These families now have to ship, in a rural area, have to ship water to their house in order to cook and bathe themselves. Now, I'm curious if the EPA plans any investigations on how data centers are affecting water quality and availability. I understand what you said about the rule, but are there going to be any open investigations on this issue?
So as soon as I get back to the office, I will be...
You live in a city where you won't drink the water. Microbe Joe, where do you live? What city do you live in? If you live in a big city, it's safe to say it on the internet. No one's looking up for you. I live in a city, and coastal cities are always a little rougher because the water comes from so far, right? Like coastal cities, the water comes from very far away. So once it gets to me, and I've lived near the coast for on and off different years, a lot of years. But every time I've lived in a coastal city, you just have to use a Brita just to get some of the metals out of it. But I just use a Brita. Works. And I stretch my Brita too. Do you guys stretch your Brita? I stretch my Brita too far. Am I the only one who does that? I use a Brita. It's good for 2 months or however it's supposed to. I'm going to use it for 3 months. I'm always stretching it an extra month. Do you guys do that too? I always stretch it. I figured, fuck it. Went for below the belt for sure. If you broke as shit, you can't live in a city with clean water. Get a job or buy us a bottle of water, twin. I don't know what the fuck you're even trying to say with that. I'm sorry. These illiterate maggers are so tough, man. It's tough. The water in Scotland is clear and delicious. Well, you guys are it's falling out of the sky, isn't it? Like where I live, water ain't falling out of the sky very often, so we're not collecting it. We got to ship it in from far away. It's called the aqueduct. It comes from a long, far, far away, and then it gets pushed through the pipes. Yeah, it's good. You stretch that Brita. I stretch my Brita, man. I stretch that shit. Who's a Brita stretcher? Let me see. Let me do a little quick. Let me just do a quick poll. Are you a Brita stretcher? Do you stretch that Brita, son? You stretch that Brita? Yes and no. Okay, we're gonna find out who stretches that Brita. Oh, I can't. All right, do you stretch that Brita? Everything's spelled correctly. This is how it done. That's how it's done, MAGA. I look at it, I'm like, oh, everything's spelled correctly. Okay, cool. Let me put it up. You fucking illiterate maggers. All right, here we go. There we have it. It's 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you stretch that Brita? Do you stretch that shit? Because I stretch that shit for realsies, man. I stretch my Brita hard. I have carbon ones that should last a year. Bought it during lockdown. No free refill. Yes. So that's a 1. You're going to put 1 then for yes, Twisted Hippie. Yeah, I think most people probably stretch that Brita. Yeah. Who does my hair? I cut my own hair. I just do it myself. Jesse Waters. What do you mean? His hair looks like plastic. What do you mean? Jesse Waters. That's funny. Jesse Waters. Let's see. Why is it not showing? How come I'm not getting is it working for you? I'm not seeing the results. Damn it. I see people putting 1 and 2 in the chat, but I don't see any results. Shit. I don't know why it's not working. It looks like 1 is definitely winning. 2, some people don't do it. Yeah. You could smell the chlorine again. Until I could smell that chlorine. Yes. Waters wears a wig. I think Waters does wear a wig because his hair is just like, it's too weird looking. Jen Batch says 1 as well.
looking into exactly what you just talked about, because anywhere, whatever type of construction it is a priority to ensure that water quality standards established by EPA are being met. And so we'll be looking into that certainly.
Thank you. I sincerely appreciate that because I think this is of utmost importance, and we're seeing this happening across the country. I'd also like to ask about the administration's push to build more data centers by fast-tracking construction, because the administration's been issuing executive orders.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yes wins. I think more people definitely stretch that Brita. I stretch that Brita, too. I stretch the Brita as well. Sorry, I stretch it.
To fast-track data center construction when we know that water quality is encountering major issues. Are there any mandates for data centers to do water quality testing prior to construction?
Of like coming from a public water supply, drinking water supply sampling?
Wells, yeah.
I'm not aware of anything like that. However, it doesn't mean I'm just not aware of it. Might exist,
Yes,
but I'm
of
not.
course. I think it's important that, you as an agency official, we have to make sure we're doing these investigations. And then us, on a congressional level, I'd like to note that I think it's...
You don't understand the question because you don't have a water filter in Scotland. You don't filter your water, so you don't need to stretch it. I stretch it.
of utmost importance that we also launch congressional investigations into this matter as well, so that we can partner with the EPA. And
Yeah, I know the data set. She just held up 2 jars of water. It looked like that. It looked like... I was going to say it looks like shit. It looks like shit water. It looks like there's shit in the water.
ensure that the drinking water for this country continues to be safe and accessible for the American people. So thank you, Administrator.
Thank you. Gentlewoman yields back, and I now recognize Representative Weber for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, ma'am.
I don't get it. Why? How are these data centers poisoning what? How are data centers polluting the water so badly? Why is it so bad? Chemicals to prevent the growth of bacteria, mold, and algae in the cooling system. Oh, it's poison. Oh, so they're taking the water, they're poisoning it, and they're putting it back out. But why is it coming out of the faucet like that? Why is it coming out of the wells like that? Because of chemicals to prevent the growth of bacteria, mold, and algae in the cooling system? Man, that's some rough shit. MAGA loves poop water. MAGAs love garbage water for sure. They're swimming. They love the swamp. They turned the whole country into a swamp. They said they're going to drain the swamp. They turned the whole country into a swamp. The whole country's a swamp now. Brita filters make cheap vodka drinkable again. Nice. Yes, TDS. Anyone who has TDS is a loser. All you guys who are deranged enough to still follow Donald Trump after this. All of you guys, people like Teflon Don who goes around the internet supporting a Chomo, you're an accomplice. You're an accomplice, Chomo. They pulled too much water through the ground. Oh my God. They pulled too much to cool it, right? And so now it's all murky garbage water? Is that all that's left? Damn. Gabe thinks poor people shouldn't be allowed to drink water. There you go. Gabe. Classic Nazi shit, Gabe. Way to go. Gabe is 100% Nazi. He's just revealed himself. Thank you.